So the heats are done now and they're on track for the first cadet final of the weekend. We've got an onboard camera with Cormac Dunn right at the back. He's got a little bit of work to do, but look at this from the outside of the front row. It's young Harry McGovern, son of Rod McGovern, top Dunlop supercar racer before, and he's obviously comes from good stock. He leads the pack now down into the first right-hand hairpin. Late apex corner, good run from him, and a little bit of a gap back to another son of a tin top racer. It's Liam Denning's son. That's Dara Denning, another top racer in this cadet class. Centrifugal clutch, 60cc engine, and just 8 to 12 years old, and they really are very experienced, some of these guys. Remember, obviously they get to 12 years old, they can have 4 years experience behind them, then they've got to move up. So the top guys really battling away. Cormac Dunn now trying hard to make a move here, and a little bit of contact, not a big issue. They can push each other square on in karts. In fact, they do a little bit of bump drafting sometimes, can be frowned upon. McGovern still out in front now, but Denning beginning to pile the pressure on that long right-hand corner. Crucial in some of the quicker karts, completely flat out in a little 60cc cadet. Look at that, great move down into the hairpin. Last minute, Denning dives out, and you can see the back of the kart moving around when he gets late on the brakes. Nothing McGovern could do about it, but he's got the head bent forward. He's got the air of a man that's going to try and get that lead back, and already right with Denning. Down to the kink now, flat out left-hander. Then onto the brakes with the final right-hand hairpin. And then just a short dash back to the start finish line. So great battle developing at the front from two very familiar names in Irish motorsport now, as Denning leads McGovern. So great stuff at Watergrass Hill. But Denning still hanging on in front. You get the feeling there's an attack coming somewhere here from young McGovern. Certainly looks very aggressive and very, very quick. Here he comes down the inside, very late on the brakes, in over the inside curb. Denning sits it around the outside. And in fact, Denning gets a better run out of the corner. So, and it looks like 27's up to second place, Jonathan Brown. Indeed he is. So whatever happened there for McGovern, it just didn't go right at all. Good move down the inside initially, inside curve. He tagged it, maybe a little bit of contact. He's fighting back though. He's right with Brown now as they come out of the hairpin. Oh, contact. Brown sent wide there, out over the curves. Did well to hang on to that one, but lost 2 places. Hand in the air. He's certainly not very happy about that one. McGovern now back up to second place. Let's see if he can close this gap down to Denning. These two seem to be the pace of the class now. McGovern certainly pushing very, very hard, but a good gap at this stage for Denning. Has a quick look behind. He doesn't need to. Doesn't have to defend down into the hairpin. It'll slow you down a lot. This sequence of hairpins here can be very, very technical in Watergrass Hill. Great karting circuit, and we certainly can groom some young racing drivers. We've had great drivers come from this area. Here's a great midfield battle now. Luca Allen leads from McMahon, Andrew Crosby, Aaron Whelan, and Scott Bond right in there too. And these guys just learning their art. Some newcomers right out there, but great battles, and they're bumper to bumper around there. And Luca Allen just holding on in front of this group with Aaron Whelan right in there too. This is great stuff from the cadets. Some of the newer guys can be just 8 years old, remember, when they come into this class. 4 years ahead of them. You turn 12 years old, you've got to move up to one of the junior classes. But by the time they get a little bit of experience, you'll see the racecraft beginning to come in. And you see a lot of daddies pushing them on, a lot of support coming from the pit lane. We're in the final stages now. McGovern has closed down Denning, but I don't think he's close enough to have a go. Denning now coming through the kink to take another win. Successful young driver. He's got the arm in the air. He takes the win. McGovern takes second place, just about. So great stuff, and it's Aaron O'Rourke who comes up to third place. But when the results come out, it looks like McGovern's had a penalty, 2-place penalty for that contact earlier on. Does have fastest lap though, so certainly McGovern and Denning, 2 names to look out for.
Went well. At the start I was battling with Harry McGovern, and then I began to pull away, and then after that it just went smooth and I ended up winning.
So cadets back out on track now for their second final of the day. 8 to 12 year old. If you want to know how to get into this sport, irishkarting.com is the website. It'll show you how you can get back out there even if you're just 8 years old. They're heading down towards turn 1. It's Denning in the lead. The grid determined by the finishing position of final 1. You'll remember seeing that earlier. Denning doing a beautiful job. It looks like McGovern's been knocked back to third place there, and the grid comes streaming through. We're on board again with Cormac Dunn there on the left hand side. Great shots on him, and remember, he's just off his black plates. Black plates in karting mean you're a novice. You'll see some of the guys at the back still have a black number plate, known as black plates obviously, and that just lets us know that they're novices. But he's just off his black plates and he's driving like a pro up the inside there, out of the hairpin. He's already with the leading group. This is great stuff from Cormac Dunn. Out front, Denning beginning to get away, but as ever, McGovern on the attack. He really is the spectacular one in this class. And he gets down the inside to take that second place. Little bit of contact there side by side. No, not quite. They just stay up. Our 27 trying to hang on. That's Jonathan Brown, but I think McGovern's down the inside. We're on board with Brown. McGovern is down the inside. He's a little bit wide and fighting back now, but the next one's a left-hander. McGovern looks very calm. Stays off the curb. I get a little bit of the smoke there from the car. Maybe he lifts. I'm not sure. These 2-stroke engines sometimes on a lift can emit a little bit of smoke out of them. but he certainly didn't lose any time coming out of there. He's still in second place. Second, third and fourth absolutely together now. Denning looks over his shoulder, gets his head down. He'll be trying to get away. He'll know there's a battle on. We're on board with Jonathan Brown now, right with McGovern. A great shot in the main straight, pulls out. There's Denning. We're right with the leader too. What a fantastic onboard shot as they head down towards turn one. No lift from anyone. The first four absolutely together. Great stuff from the Motorsport Ireland karting here, and Cadets really showing us some great racing. So out in front, but under pressure and not getting away now is Denning, and right with him is McGovern. Now back to a midfield group. That's Aaron O'Rourke just ahead of Oisin Sharkey and Killian Brady right there too. Brady 22 on black plates we spoke about on the right hand side, so he's a novice, but doesn't look like a novice. He's right up there with these two more experienced karters and really having a go. That's Killian Brady 22. They're coming back down towards the kink left now and the hairpin right. And Brady's still staying with them. Oh, a little bit wide there. Doesn't get near the apex, but good control. Man, a little bit of opposite lock there. No problem to him. Back to the leaders and the battle really on now because McGovern's got up to second place. You get the feeling he's got loads of pace, McGovern, but if there's any action, he's going to be right in the middle of it. Has a look down the inside of Denning up over the curb. Denning does this move we've seen again. Leaves the gap, but just sits around the outside. Our onboard man gets a great run. Is he up to second place? I think we're up to second place. We are indeed. Great stuff from Dunn. From fourth place, sat back, let it all happen and capitalised on the way out of the second hairpin. So great stuff from him now, down through the kink. He's up to second place. Remember, he's a relative novice, would not have the experience of these other three karters. We're on board at 27. That's the man we're talking about in front, number 50 now, as they head down the main straight one more time. They're all very, very equal in a straight line. We're inside the final lap now. Denning looking very, very good in this one, but the danger man, certainly the newcomer there, Dunn in second place, really on a charge. He's displaced Brown, I think it is, and he's displaced McGovern, so he's up to second place. And is he closing on Denning? I think he is. Just 2 or 3 corners to go now. Denning with a good wide line, doesn't need to defend, but certainly a little bit quicker is done. We're on board with him. He's right with number 5 now. Just 2 corners to go through the left-hand kink. Can he have a look down the inside here? No, he can't, but stays right with him. Denning hanging on in front, but Dunn certainly the danger man here. It looks like Denning's going to make it the double. They're through the kink, side by side. Denning's already got the fist in the air. He takes the win. Great stuff from Dunn in second place. Then Jonathan Brown just pipping Harry McGovern to fourth place in that one. What incredible stuff. Be great to see these guys move up to juniors in a few years' time. Certainly we have some great young racing drivers being brought up through the cadet class.
Cormac, very well done. You came second today. Tell me how the race went for you.
It was a good race, but we were fourth, and then I got 2 on a hairpin, and then I was behind Dara, and I tried to get him on the line, but I just couldn't get enough speed.
So the first cadet final and a rolling start as ever. We're on board with Harry McGovern, number 8, 27 right in front of us. That's Jonathan Brown. The whole grid of cadets streaming around this first lap now. We're really close to the back at 27. 5 just in front. That's young Denning, Dara Denning. A great battle starting already. And in fact, Denning getting down the inside of NW, Zach Gibson, 27 going with him. McGovern trying to have a go too. We're on board McGovern, but NW fighting back there. McGovern trying his best to follow his friends up through the grid there as these battles get going early on in this one. But out in front is IRL Adrian Hegarty in the distinctive red car. That battle's still going on. We're watching from McGovern's as 27 and Zach Gibson still have a go. But as we said out front, it's IRL Adrian Hegarty, 88 Aaron O'Rourke with him. These two tend to be the pace of the class and they're beginning to ease away already, but Aaron O'Rourke will know that he's going to have to hang on because IRL, danger man if he gets out on his own. So he's closing in actually towards the closing part of the lap here, really quick at this stage of the race was 88 Aaron O'Rourke. They're out onto the main straight, super shot this, and you can see them crouching down behind the fairings, trying to go as quick as they can. Some of the dads and pit crews waving these cadet drivers on as they go by the start finish line. On board with Hegarty now, looking through these sweeping fast corners. That's a feature of this track. It really is hard to set up some of the carts. There's a tight hairpin towards the end, but we're on board. Nothing much to see except a few photographers, a little bit of grass and plenty of curb as he leads this one. If we were looking back, of course, we'd see 88 right behind him. There he is. And this battle developing nicely at the front of this class. 60cc, remember, 8 to 12 years old. If you want to find out how to get into this, irishkarting.com will tell you all about it. Looks like we're going to have a change to the lead. A big challenge down the inside. 88 takes it. Nothing IRL could do. 88 got alongside into that braking zone, or slight lift is all it is there. And one fingered salute there, a little bit Sebastian Vettel like, not sure what he means by that. Maybe just telling someone he's in first place. IRL certainly knows about it. Looks like he's going to fight back now. Great battle between these two. Blue flags being waved for the back marker in front. He obeys the flags, well done, and stays out of the way. The two leaders straight through there. Meanwhile, the battle's going on all the way down the grid. That's young McGovern. I think indeed it is. Number 8 still stuck to the back bumper of 27, Jonathan Brown. We're on board with him now. A little bit of contact there. McGovern, of course, went very well in the first round in Cork and still got plenty of pace here. A little bit of frustration. Can't get by 27 at all, but very, very close to him now. Very hard to pass on this track. Even the experienced drivers will tell you that. These flowing corners, if you try and make an overtaking manoeuvre and don't make it stick, you'll pay for it all the way down to the next corner. 27 still hanging on in front of number 8, Harry McGovern, son of Rod McGovern, of course, a very accomplished tin top racer at Mondello Park, so he didn't lick it off the stones, as they say. Great run here with 27. He's a little bit closer now after coming through the right-hander. Can he have a look? This is an overtaking place coming up here. Doesn't have a look this time now, but those three absolutely together. It's NW27 and young McGovern right in there too. Last lap starting now, and look at this. Hugely defensive driving for 88. IRL goes high and wide, uses the switchback and just drives by. Great move there to take the lead, but 88 already back at him, and I think he's alongside. We didn't quite get to the apex. There he is on the outside, side by side through the left-hander, and 88 O'Rourke sitting right round the outside of two left-handers. Good, hard, clean racing. They're giving each other racing room. 88 has it back, but IRL closing in again. 88 gone wide for some reason. IRL gets back down the inside. Hegarty leads again. This is great stuff. Inside the final lap now. Hegarty a clear track ahead of him, but for how long? Not very long. 88 takes it back. Great stuff from these two guys. O'Rourke again, very defensive. 88 goes high and wide. Be looking for that switchback manoeuvre again. 88 ready for it this time. O'Rourke just holds him off, or does he? No, down the inside. IRL takes it back. There's just one more overtaking place, and I think he has it in hand. Indeed he does. So it looks like it's going to be Hegarty now. Superb last lap. Battle between these two great young racers. And Hegarty takes it from Aaron O'Rourke right behind him. Good gap back to Dara Denning in third. Gibson gets fourth. McGovern in fifth. And Killian Brady in sixth.
Adrian, congratulations. You came first. Tell me how the race went for you.
It went well, so it did. At the start I got into the front, first corner, and I just kept, and then Aaron passed me back and I just kept pushing him the whole way there, so I did. And then it came to the last lap, Aaron was defending and I just managed to slip up the inside.
Here we go again with Cadet final two, and of course it's IRL on pole position, but 88 Aaron O'Rourke chops across his bows and takes the lead heading down to turn one. Very aggressive move there as the pack comes streaming through. We've got somebody off. That's 27, that's Jonathan Brown, a front runner, and rejoins quickly. Centrifugal clutch, of course, on these vehicles, but IRL having a go, but he's having a bad first lap because they're charging Denning now up to second place, showing more of the form we would have expected from him. Went very well, of course, in round one. And NW, Zach Gibson up there too, so they've bullied their way past the pole man, and he's got a little bit of work to do if he's going to get back up towards the front of this one. So the pack streaming their way around the back of the circuit now, coming towards us. Great class this for young karters, of course. IrishKarting.com if you want to get involved. You can get all the details there. Oh, Denning very aggressive. Perhaps a little bit of contact there. Slices his way through now. And now takes the lead. Oh, big armful of opposite lock. He's very, very good on cold tires, young Denning. But look who's coming behind him. IRL. Back where he should be, or where you feel he should be. Right back up at the front. Young Hegarty, very experienced, very successful young driver. He's got a lot of lap records, but just look at this in a straight line. Denning is sitting duck there. Nothing he can do. Didn't go defensive, but looked over his shoulder. I think it was a little bit too late. And what about 22 up there? Black plates, Killian Brady. He's a novice. That means he hasn't yet done 6 races, but he's right up there in 4th place. On board again with Hegarty now. He's back out in front. Oh, out over the curbs again. We saw that losing him time last time round, but seems to be doing a nice run here, hanging on nicely. He's had to battle his way back up. Remember, he was bullied right down there in the early stages of this one. The first lap went badly. And Denning now, perhaps not just as quick on warm tires and cold tires. He's great. He's really aggressive and spectacular. But once the car warmed up, or perhaps that straight line speed, maybe the gearing a little bit wrong. Not sure what the issue is there. But he looks like, again, he's under big, big pressure now for second place as IRL begins to pull away. So Denning now hanging on to second place, leaning forward in the car, trying really, really hard. But it's the early leader, 88, Aaron O'Rourke, now piling the pressure on him. This is the battle we're watching for second place. 5 and 88, and the leader not getting too far away, but as these two battle, he's beginning to just inch away. Here they come, great shot again onto the main straight here, and no defensive driving from the leader. Doesn't have to. Denning with that door perhaps a little bit open. Has he lost it? They're side by side. I think he may have lost that second place. Indeed he has, as they go to the right-hander. So Denning now back to 3rd place. And the incredible 22, Killian Brady, novice, closing in on this duo there. So great run from him. We're on board again with young Harry McGovern, Rod McGovern's son, the saloon car racer, very successful saloon car racer. And he's all over the back of NW. That's Zach Gibson. Great battle between them. going on. So young McGovern there, the black cart, black overalls, very easy to spot. And the young Dunn behind him, and Dunn having a go as well. There he goes, Cormac Dunn. Great move down the inside. McGovern fights back, but Dunn, we know from round one, is very good in traffic. We've seen him on telly before, so two real young fighters having a go here. And that'll allow Zach Gibson perhaps to inch away from this battle, because 50 really having a go now in this one. Gets down the inside, I think, of McGovern. Indeed he does. McGovern's lost that place now. Let's see if he can fight back. He's very, very close, almost contact there. The cadets tend to contact just a little bit. Bump drafting, they call it. Not too much of an issue. Heading to the finish now and getting very, very defensive is 88 again. And this is how he lost the lead the last time. Let's see if IRL can catch him. No, doesn't he? Blocks him on the way out. He's ready for it this time. So 88 has obviously had a little bit of schooling in between these two finals. I think he's going very defensive there. Up over the curbs, trying to get by Hegarty, trying everything but defending again. Diving to the inside 88. And this is getting a little bit hectic. And there's the contact. And around goes IRL. And not really sure what caused that one there. That was 88 being a little bit over defensive, and IRL perhaps being over aggressive in attack. But he does get going in, but takes so long. You could hear the car trying to get going there with the centrifugal clutch, and that has left 88 way, way out on his own now in the closing stage. He's just got to keep it all together. Very, very smooth, very composed looking. 88 going nicely now, all on his own. Big, big gap in cadet standings. If you look back behind him, there's nobody near him now. So he should be looking very, very good. Denning, of course, still in with a shout in this one. And after his 2 wins in round 1, there's Denning. So he's going to take second in this one. And that'll keep him in touch. In fact, keep him in the lead in the championship. Look at the battle between McGovern and 22 there for the line. Great stuff between them. So hectic racing. O'Rourke takes it from Dara Denning, Zach Gibson, Harry McGovern, Killian Brady and Cormac Dunn.
Aaron, congratulations. A great win. Tell me how that felt for you.
Oh, I'm so happy. First win. Really, really happy.
It seemed to be a tough race.
Yeah, I had a good battle between Adrian Haggerty and Dara Denning, but I'd say Adrian was with me all day, so yeah, he was my biggest competitor.
So time for the first cadet final now at Kiltorgan, and the pack stream down into turn one. Really flowing circuit this one. We're on board now with Jonathan Brown, 88 ahead of us. Aaron O'Rourke, front runner. We've seen him on this show before. So all beginning to fight already. NW, the northern visitor, Zach Gibson already out in front of Danger Man if he gets away. Loads of pace. There goes 50 by us. That's Cormac Dunn, the blue suit, makes a move down the inside of our onboard camera. That time we've got a few more onboard cameras though in the pack, and we'll be going to them from time to time. But this is what we spoke about. They were worried about this. Zach Gibson with huge pace beginning to ease away already. And look at this, they're getting defensive and scrapping away for second place. Harry McGovern there, you can spot him in third place, very distinctive, sits very low in the cart. And he'll want to get by and try and have a go at Gibson, but Gibson doing a perfect first lap on cold tyres and beginning to get away. On board now with Aaron O'Rourke, and that's 8 Harry McGovern. Oh, look at McGovern just checking over the shoulder and then covering the inside line. Really experienced, this young guy, not going to let anyone take a place at that corner. That's one of the overtaking manoeuvres. Oh, problem there for Denning. That's Dara Denning. Looks like the chain's gone. He was running up there in second place, and that scattered the pack and allowed the leader away even more, so they'll become more frustrated. On board again with Brown. That's Dunn in front of us, number 50 in the blue suit, right over that inside curb. Attacking 88, gets alongside. The next one's a left-hander, doesn't do it on that occasion, but McGovern's up to second place now. So McGovern's made that move when Denning's chain flipped, and he's having a real go, but he's under pressure now from number 88, Aaron O'Rourke. Just 60cc these carts, and they really are scrapping away. There's O'Rourke down the inside. Nothing McGovern could do. He was actually alongside when they went through the kink before they got to the corner. So he worked that one well. McGovern will be looking to fight back. Quick look over the shoulder, check out who's behind. It's Cormac Dunn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carts fighting away, and McGovern with a good run through the right-hand kink gets alongside, tucks the head down in the cart now, and he's on the inside. We're with O'Rourke, watching the right. There he goes. Gets down the inside. O'Rourke looks for the switchback. If we got it, we're almost alongside. Has to back out of it because McGovern not in a compromising mood today. He's in second place, wants to chase down the leader, but I think the leader may be gone a little bit too far away. He's not even in shot. There he is, just going by. It's a Sunday drive for him. Not so much for second place now. Big, big scrap. We're on board again with Jonathan Brown. Is that a little adjustment from Cormac Dunn, number 50 up front? Having a go. Well, it must have worked if it was, because he just fires it down the inside of 88 that time. This is great stuff. Aaron O'Rourke back in place, trying to close the door before we go through, and they're all beginning to shuffle around. And this, in turn, is letting young McGovern get away. That was O'Rourke again down the inside of Dunn. They're really having a go. And somebody else, 27, that is, down the inside there again. Jonathan Brown, our cameraman, but goes wide on the exit, and Dunn takes it back. Fantastic racing, just 8 to 12 years old. If you want to get into this, irishkarting.com is the website you want to have a look at, because this is a great training ground for young racing drivers, and you can see why. Look at them having a go. Fantastic racecraft, just as I say, and a novice fires it down the inside there. 22, Killian Brady up with the top names in this one. There's a name to watch out for in the future. When I say a novice, it means he's running on a black number plate. That means he has not yet finished 6 races. And then he gets signatures on his license and moves up. Has to start at the back as well. So this is a great drive from Killian Brady. Right at the back there. You just see him on the left of your screen. Red suit, black helmet and black plate. So he's a novice, but he's mixing it with the big boys today. Dunn still under pressure and a little bit slow on the way out. Allows O'Rourke alongside. Has to give way. McGovern has now pulled away nicely on this one and is secure in second place. And again 22, the last of the late breakers. Killian Brady down the inside again. He really is, he's not in awe of these big names in front of him at all. So when he loses these plates, he'll be expecting to run right at the front at the start of these races. Great stuff from him. And 27 having to work hard to get back at him now, Jonathan Brown. We're on board with Brown. And that's 22 in front of us, thinking of having a look, but moves to the right, back to the inside, decides to take the racing line through the corner. And 22 in fact closing in on 50 now. So great battles in the front of this one, and McGovern just doing it all nicely, clipping the apex, not having to defend, taking the full racing line, as indeed is NW Zach Gibson, who's way out in front. He's dominated this one. We're inside the last lap. McGovern has done well now to get ahead of this. In fact, had to fight his way to the front of this pack. McGovern, big move down the inside for Dunn, goes wide and into the tyres, and that really was 0-0 on the last lap, looking for the podium place. Looked like he made it, just put a wheel off and those stones dragged him into the tyres, but no damage done. And he's absolutely fine. Won't be too happy with that though. 22 in with a shout of a podium in this one. Great stuff from him. So that's Killian Brady. Drag race to the line now for these guys, and a big battle. O'Rourke it is. There's NW Zach Gibson. He takes it. McGovern's going to be second, and the camera's had a bang there for Aaron O'Rourke. We're looking at the ground as they sprint towards the line now. Is it going to be O'Rourke? Gibson it was. McGovern. Jonathan Brown just takes it from O'Rourke, Killian Brady, and Aaron Whelan in 6th.
Zach, well done on the race. Can you talk me through it?
It was pretty hard to haul them off, but we got a good lead and just relaxed and we brought it home.
So Cadet final 2 now, the danger man we saw in final 1 on pole position again. Watch out for him. Young Denning starting right at the back, another one we'll be watching out for. One on board now with 88, O'Rourke 27 having a go, and they're all hustling each other again. They don't want to let Zach Gibson get away. He's got so much pace, but what he did in the final 1, as we saw, is he just put the head down, got everything right, and was away by this stage of the lap. So maybe if they stay in single file for 2 minutes, unusual for Cadets, they might be able to just hang on to him. But that's what 27's plan is now. So he really is going to try and have a go, Jonathan Brown, but he's already coming under pressure from O'Rourke, McGovern, that looks like, and then the novice Killian Brady right up there again. There's Denning just slicing down the inside of someone distinctive green racing suit. We'll keep an eye on him. That's Dara Denning, number 5. I wonder can he get up to the front. Unlikely, but already now NW beginning to get away, and look at that gap Zach Gibson has now, and they're all having a go at each other. 88, Aaron O'Rourke 27, having a real go again, these two, and right with them is young McGovern, and right on his back bumper of course is 22, the novice Killian Brady. So they're all very close now for second place, but they've done the same thing again, beginning to battle. All of these guys will, I'm sure, reckon they could hang on to Gibson if they could shake free all their pursuers, but they really are slowing each other down, and Gibson made no mistakes, very aggressive in the first few laps to get away. And now these two side by side, it's Brown and O'Rourke. We're on board with Brown now, and that's O'Rourke right in front of us, 88. This is an overtaking manoeuvre, doesn't make it on that occasion, but gets a little bit closer as they come out. So 88 still in second place now, but under big pressure, and right with these two is young McGovern. Is that Denning next up? I think it is, all the way from the back. It's number 5. Great stuff from him. Remember, he threw a chain in the first final, started at the back. Number 5, Dara Denning. Distinctive green suit there. You can see him in the 4th of these carts, and he's already ahead of Dunham, closing down on McGovern now. Teammates with McGovern, so it'll be interesting when they get together. McGovern right with the other two now. This 3-way battle for second place. McGovern at the back of it. It's O'Rourke in front, Brown in second place, in third place I should say, second place in this battle. But closing in, a danger man now coming at them is Denning, and I wonder could Denning have done anything about Gibson? It's speculative at this stage. McGovern fires it down the inside. He's up to second place. Very hard in karts to defend when you have to attack someone in front. Of course, you don't have mirrors. You got to go by senses and sound. Look at Denning high and wide into this one. A great exit, gets alongside McGovern on the way out. Can he make up 2 places? He can. That's great stuff by young Denning, number 5. Really using the head. Took a good racing line into that corner, got a great run out and just drove by both of them, including his teammate. Now McGovern will want that place back, but this has been a fantastic run by Denning. Both of his parents, of course, successful saloon car racers, so he didn't lick it off the stones. A little bit of a teamwork going on there perhaps, and McGovern giving him a little bit of push. Bump drafting, we've seen this before in Cadets. Great stuff. That's just pushing the car, slipstreaming and pushing the cart ahead to help them on. So good teamwork there. That's number 50. That's young Dunn we saw go so well in final 1, but he's dropping back a little bit from this one. That battle for third place, the one we're watching now. Is it a battle? Is it teamwork? We're not sure because McGovern helping Denning along. Not sure if he needs any help now. Dara Denning, superb drive all the way from the back. He's up to third place. Looks like he's on for a podium position in this one, and he's closing down perhaps Aaron O'Rourke now, our onboard cameraman, because he's got to worry about Denning now. Here they come. O'Rourke, Denning right with him, and does he fire it down the inside? He does. Another superb move. Really on form today, Denning. And I wonder what would have happened had he started on the front row. Oh, McGovern down the inside and heavily defensive now. And we're up in the air there, so McGovern not being too generous with the tarmac. Must have been watching some of Daddy's supercar videos during the week. McGovern under attack from everybody now. He's slow onto the straight. 88 O'Rourke, 27 down the inside. Jonathan Brown makes it there. McGovern just getting bullied back, caught on the outside. He was slow as a result of that contact, and he was a sitting duck on the back straight for everybody to get by. So it looks like Dunn's made the best of that one, fumbling in traffic there. Indeed he has. Jonathan Brown next up. We're on the last lap now, and yet again the leader well ahead, and Denning comfortable in second place. But this incredible battle, McGovern in the wars again. And that was, I think that was Aaron O'Rourke having a go at him there, and he wasn't giving up any tarmac. We're on board again with Jonathan Brown, 50 done in front of us. Been a good last few laps for him now. He had fallen back, but right up there again now. So great battles all the way down the grid, but right out in front, nobody troubling NW. He's won the first final. He's heading for a win in this one, Zach Gibson. We're on board again with Aaron O'Rourke, 27 and 8. McGovern fighting up front, and a good run off the last corner for 27. He's on the inside line, side by side with McGovern. Here's Zach Gibson for the double. Incredible stuff for him, and he takes the win. Denning's going to take second. This is great stuff. Cormac Dunn's going to get third, McGovern in fourth, then Jonathan Brown and Aaron O'Rourke. So Cadet final one getting ready to go. 8 to 12 years old, 60cc Comer engine with a pull start, and a good grid of these young drivers now. Denning it is on pole position as they head down towards turn one into the hairpin, but it looks like that's NW. Zach Gibson's taking the lead. Indeed he has. He's gone a little bit wide. Oh, a bit of contact there. Denning with the hands in the air. Problem for him, and he drops way back. Heartbreaking stuff for young Denning there from pole position. Looks like possibly a chain or something. On board now at 77, Scott Bond. 256, Aaron Whelan in front of us going well, and he's having a go at 33. The novice, Dara Mullins, going through the sweeping section now. These quick corners, and they take lots of curb. Different lines being used by the different drivers now. So here comes the pack now onto the back straight for the first time. NW it is. Gibson leading just about now, and right with him is Cormac Dunn in the blue suit, white helmet, almost hidden, and he pulls out from the slipstream now, and they're going to have a go down the inside. Beautiful move, and he takes the lead from Gibson early on. So the battle starts early in this one. 22, the novice going beautifully there. Killian Brady, that is. Black plates up there in third place with the more seasoned competitors. So great stuff from him. He's gone a little bit wide perhaps, so I think he can just about hang on to it, but the battle for the lead still rages, and these two beginning to get away. Gibson with a good run down into the last hairpin now, gets down the inside and takes the lead back. He might go a little bit wide on the way out. It happens with Cadets. He's gone wide. He has lost the lead. Cracking battle up front. 50 done, takes it back and leads it as they head down towards the kink left now for the second time. So great stuff up the front. The battle raging there for third place as well, right behind them. So really close stuff in Cadets, as we always see. So NW, Gibson with a little bit of work to do if he wants to get his lead back now, but he's tracking down number 50 Conor Dunn, and these two, even though they're battling, beginning to stretch away from the pack behind. So here they come onto the back straight again. Gibson with the head down, trying to get it. Oh, quick look over the shoulder, nobody behind him. He's got a good run now. I wonder, can he have a go down the inside here? Chooses not to on this occasion, and just follows 50 through that right hand corner. And coming up to a left-hand hairpin now, also another overtaking place here, but chooses not to go. He's just tracking him for a few laps. These young guys have real mature thinking heads on them. They really are great little racers, as you can see, and he's going to have a go surely down here. Indeed he is, as we saw him do the last time. Gets onto the brakes, down the inside, has the lead. Let's see if he can hang on to it this time. And they're all scrapping away there for second place. Third place, I should say, and that's Brown, O'Rourke and McGovern, but the lead changes again. Gibson takes it back just about. This is a great scrap up the lead. Jumping forward now, and it's turned into a four-cart scrap at the front. And Gibson just hanging on, but Dunn having a go down the inside, bringing the other two with him. It's like a NASCAR race. Gibson boxed out on the outside. Nothing he can do. Absolute 0 for poor Gibson there. And nothing he can do, but he gets a good run, uses a bit of curb, and just powers by these two back up to second place on the straight. So 50 with a bit of a lead. He'll need to get the head down and try and get away now. He hasn't done it. In fact, young McGovern coming up to join the party now as they head back towards us. So Dunn still leading, but four carts right with him now. 88 O'Rourke having a look down the inside at that stage for third place. Didn't quite make it work on that occasion, but five carts now battling it out in the closing stages of this one. 50 Dunn in the lead, but Gibson right with him, and there's O'Rourke down the inside of Brown for third place. Yellow helmet in third place now, just moving up a place, but McGovern looking to have a go, powers up alongside Brown and tries to get down the inside. Brown goes defensive, McGovern doesn't back out of it and takes that place now, but that's cost him time. First two getting away, in fact they're side by side again. Gibson and Dunn almost touching there in the main straight, but good hard racing between these two, and no contact just yet. We're jumping forward, they're still at each other, and look at this, Gibson gets a good run off that corner, but coming at both of them now. 88 O'Rourke, can he possibly go down the inside? Last of the late breakers, he outbreaks both of them and takes the lead. They weren't expecting that. I bet they're wondering where he came from. It's just been these two since the start, not anymore. So great stuff there from Aaron O'Rourke from 4th or 5th place initially. Gets the head down, tucks the head down, trying to get a little bit of aerodynamic help on the back straight, but Gibson coming up behind him now and down the inside on the brakes. His trademark manoeuvre there from young Gibson, but he does tend to go a little bit wide, and Dunn comes back at both of them, so now it's O'Rourke back to 3rd place. Dunn on the outside, O'Rourke on the inside for the next left-hand kink. O'Rourke might be able to hang on. No, Dunn sits it round the outside, brave stuff, and has the inside line for the next one. 27, and that's young McGovern right with him, number 8. So this battle now for 4th place, because the first 3 have pulled away. So good battle there, jumping in the seat, trying to get as much traction as he can to fight off McGovern, number 8, who's hanging onto his back bumper. McGovern gets a tighter line out of the left-hander, and they're side by side looking across, saying hello to each other there on the back straight. McGovern doesn't quite make it, but great run off that back corner. He's on the outside now, of course, with the next left-hander. He'll be looking to come out a little bit tighter perhaps and get that one back to the leaders now, and it's still going on. Gibson back to 3rd place, 88 O'Rourke up to 2nd place, and Dunn 50 still leading. Closing stages now, O'Rourke it is leading, but Dunn on the outside, and Gibson back there in 3rd place, coming down to the left-hander now, and a big dive from Gibson a little bit late, and contact there. Around goes Dunn, hand in the air, he's not too happy, and that's it now. Checkered flag, and Aaron O'Rourke it is after a great drive from well back. Brown and McGovern now still battling for this 4th place. Brown just about hanging on, and McGovern still on the attack, doesn't quite make it, so Aaron O'Rourke takes that one. Gibson gets a penalty, puts him back to 6th, so Jonathan Brown takes 2nd, McGovern 3rd, Killian Brady 4th, and Cormac Dunn in 5th.
Aaron, a great win and a hard-fought battle. Can you describe the race to me?
Well, I started in 12th and got a good start, and I just pushed as hard as I could and managed to get up to the top 3. I started battling with them, and just at the last lap there I just came out on top.
So Cadets out now for their 2nd final. These young drivers gave us great entertainment. We can expect more of the same. They're heading down towards turn 1. It's O'Rourke, McGovern, Dunn, Brown and Gibson. Then the rest, great grid of them. Luca Allen, Killian Brady, Aaron Whelan, Dara Denning, Max Hart, Scott Bond, Dara Mullins and Charlie Hart all in there. So a great grid of these young drivers. And Denning the man to watch. Loads of pace, but way down the back, of course, because of his non-finish in the first race. So here they come now. O'Rourke it is leading. McGovern already on the attack in 2nd place, and 50 Dunn right with them. And Brown and Gibson there too. NW Gibson right at the back of this group. We know how late he is on the break, so let's watch out for this one as they come back towards us now. It's still O'Rourke leading, McGovern right with him, one big long toe as they come down. 50 flicks it out there, but he's too late in the brakes. Around he goes, locks up the back wheels, and McGovern did very, very well not to be collected there. Just took off the lock and went wide, wide, wide. Cost him a few places, but he's still in the race, McGovern. He's back to 4th place. So O'Rourke it is with a little bit of a lead now, and Gibson up to 2nd place. Then Brown, and Brown already under attack from McGovern. McGovern having a look down the outside there, coming up towards the right-hander, backs out of it on that occasion. We're watching for young Denning, of course, all the way from the back, and he is at the end of that group already, so charging up through the grid is Dara Denning. But back to the leaders, it's O'Rourke leading just about, Gibson on the attack again, and these guys were fighting away in final ones. They'll have measured each other up. Oh, very wide stuff from Gibson there, coming out of that corner, almost cost him a place, because 27 Brown right with him now, the 3 together as they head out onto this long, long back straight. Here they come towards us now. O'Rourke it is still leading. NW gets alongside, getting a little bit of a push, bump drafting. They do that in Cadets. They just push each other along, slipstream. They're very clever young drivers, these. And that puts Gibson in the lead. And that brings 27 up there with him, Brown. So Brown in 2nd place now, and O'Rourke back to 3rd place. So lead swapping almost a couple of times a lap in this one. Gibson it is in the lead at the moment, but 27 on a charge now. Brown has a look down the inside. He gets down the inside. Let's see if he can hold it on the way out. They tend to go a little bit wide. Sometimes they all go wide, but he does hold on to it. And in fact, 88 comes through as well. So good stuff from O'Rourke. That brings Gibson back to 3rd place. So incredible stuff. The leader back to 3rd place in just a couple of corners. So fast forward a few laps, and Gibson now down the inside. Not too much room, but just about slots it there. Good move again from Gibson. He's very aggressive in traffic. Gets down the inside, and he's up to 2nd place. But Brown beginning to inch away out front. And who's this? Is this possibly Denning in 4th place? I think it is. Indeed it is. So it's young Dara Denning all the way from almost the back of the grid, and he's charging up through them. And again the lead changes down the inside of both of them that time. 88 O'Rourke. Gibson just hangs on but goes wide, and O'Rourke's got the nose ahead. This is a great battle. They're side by side now, and Gibson just about hangs on to it, but here comes Denning, and he's right with them now, and he's having a go at 27 already. So Brown under attack from Denning. Denning up to 3rd place, Gibson back to 2nd place. It's all action in this cadet final. So Gibson again down the inside into that left-hander. He's got the lead now, but Denning right with them and very much on a charge. He's going to feel he's got a point to prove after race 1. Looks very, very aggressive, gets a great run up to them. Is he going to go down the inside? Fires it down the inside, Denning, to take that second place. And he just displaces O'Rourke there. He's in second, so Gibson next on his list now. Could he possibly win this one, Denning? Gibson head down in the lead. Denning now up to second place. And here comes Denning, a little bit of waving there. I'm not sure what he's doing. Maybe asking for a bump draft. It must have worked. He's through and he's into the lead. Brings 88 with him. So O'Rourke in second place and Gibson again back down to third place. He fights back, gets alongside O'Rourke, but Denning incredibly leads this one. So Denning now under attack. The boys aren't going to let him have it that easy. And NW Gibson having a look on the inside of both of them. Manages to power by both of them. A good run off that right-hand corner. Sits it out there, but it's Denning and him neck and neck. And he goes a little bit wide, a little bit of contact, trying to sit it out around the outside. Didn't work out. And that puts 88 back into the lead again. O'Rourke leads with Denning second and a big, big gap. This is novice coming up. Max Hart himself and his brother Charlie Hart just starting to race this year. He's looking over his shoulder, seeing the leaders. Denning not being too generous with the tarmac there on the back straight. Very defensive stuff from him as 88 O'Rourke challenges him again. So Max Hart now taking the inside line, looking over his shoulder, but there's not going to be much room there. They're going around the outside. Incredible stuff. And Denning celebrating perhaps a little bit too early there because O'Rourke gets a run of them to the line. Denning just about hangs on, possibly celebrating a little bit early there. So Denning takes it by 300s from O'Rourke, Gibson, McGovern, Brown and Cormac Dunn.
Dara, a fantastically fought race. Can you talk me through it?
Well, I started last because in the first final my chain came off, but then through the second final I was working my way up and I managed to pass everyone through the last lap.
First final of the day now, 60cc cadets, 8 to 12-year-old IRL Hegarty it is, and 88 Aaron O'Rourke on the outside. We're on board with Jonathan Brown. Contact straight away with NW Zach Gibson. We've seen him go well before on this programme, but that relegates him right to the back. So Pullman IRL leads them out now through this midsection for the first time. 5, Denning up to second place. All over the curbs though, very ragged stuff. Misses his turn-in point and compromises himself. 88 alongside Denning. Fights him back though through the right-hander and hangs on to that second place. Just about. Big battle developing. That's letting IRL get away. Back on board again with Brown. That's 52. We're going by the novice Adam McCabe. We've interviewed him before on the programme. He's going nicely. Another novice 45 next up, Andrew Crosby, and he's just siding his way through these novices now. 77 Scott Bond. Good battle between these two guys. Black plate means it's a novice. They've done less than 6 races, remember, so they're just learning their craft. Out front, IRL. That means he's won the IRL plate in the previous season. Denning still hanging on in second place. McGovern now in fourth place and beginning to close up perhaps on these two in front, but Denning still hanging on there, looking over his shoulder. There's no need to look. He's right behind you. 88 still in there. O'Rourke, it's really close stuff. And this, of course, allowing the leader to get away when two carts begin to scrap at each other. We're on board with Brown again and closing in on some more. That's 77 Bond again. And he's going to go down the inside of him surely here. Indeed he is. 30 next up, Max Hart. As we said, black plates denotes him as a novice driver, but he's still going very, very well. Oh, somebody down the inside of us there. That's 50 Cormac Dunn, so he's also recovering up from that first corner, Shamazel. We're down the inside of 30 now. Just get in tighter towards the apex and ahead towards the next left-hand corner. So trying to hang on with 50 sprinting up through the grid. These two guys really charging well. The leader having a look over his shoulder. He's not getting away anymore, even though Denning is defending. Although Denning a little bit out of shape again over the curbs. He really does drive this cart, grabs it by the scruff of the neck. That's cost him a place though. He was slow on the way out of that corner, and that's Denning back to third place and 88 Aaron O'Rourke up to second place. On board now with the leader IRL Adrian Hegarty, clear track ahead of him, no problems, doesn't have to defend just yet. He's done everything right in this one, and heading down the straight but closing in the danger man there. 88 Aaron O'Rourke, he's disposed to Denning. Denning in trouble and under attack from McGovern in the background. But 88 looking very, very strong in the closing stages of this one. He's a late starter this season, but going very, very well and looking strong in the championship and looking strong in this final today. McGovern now up to third place, but under attack from Denning, who really will want to recover. Denning, very spectacular young driver, but doesn't always work for him. You get these carts out of shape and they can just bog down. Big battle there for the lead, and an equally big battle now between McGovern and Denning through the fast left-hander. Denning having a look. Oh, contact. McGovern not happy with that. Hand in the air. Somehow managed to get it back. That was the full of the rack, as they say in rally terminology. It's good car control by McGovern to hang on to that one. Denning just about back in front. McGovern all over the back of him now through that quick right-hander. Denning stays off the curbs. He would have learned his lesson this time, but the battle is on for the lead now. IRL and 88. Big, big battle. IRL had a big gap by mid-race, as we saw. That's gone now, and he's under pressure. Denning again a little bit wide, but McGovern doesn't capitalise on that occasion. So the battle for the leaders. Oh, the leaders coming up. Blue flags being waved. That's for the back markers. to tell them that the leaders are bearing down on top of them. Looks like they'll have to negotiate a few back markers. I wonder will that cause problems. On board with the leader now, and that's 52 McCabe getting a big slide. Holds onto it well. We should be able to get down the inside of him here. Late on the brakes, down the inside. Oh, some sort of a problem. Contact there. Not sure what happened. Hard to see from that viewpoint, but that's our leader eliminated. He should be able to recover it, and nobody knows what happened. Everybody looking around there. But McGovern charges by, bringing Denning with him for second place. This is the battle for second place now because 88 well out in front. So through the really quick right-hander down to this. Denning dives down the inside, up over the curb. Oh, you can hear the engine revs rise there, just throws the chain. He's not happy about that. McGovern should be able to recover, surely. Indeed he does. So 88 all out on his own. Perfect drive from him. He takes the checkered flag and wins the first cadet final. So Aaron O'Rourke takes the win. Harry McGovern charges to second place. Hegarty recovers to third. Then it's Luca Allen, Zach Gibson and Cormac Dunn.
Aaron, a great win. Can you talk me through the race?
Well, I got a good start. Started second, got a good start. Then from there on, I just sat behind Adrian because I knew he isn't in the championship, so I just had to sit behind him. And then he got a bit of a shunt with the novice, and I just took the lead and pushed as hard as I could.
Second cadet final now. O'Rourke on pole alongside him. McGovern on the outside. Oh, and Luca Allen getting out of shape. Big tank slapper for him. We're on board with Brown. 41 Sean McMahon getting into a bit of a rough and tumble down at the first corner. 29 Luca Allen still in front of us there, and it's McGovern. Is it getting alongside him? It is, and way out of shape. McGovern trying to charge his way back up to the grid. So Luca Allen still in front. Gibson ahead of him. Back into Luca Allen's cart, gets away. Cold tyres perhaps, and around he goes. He will recover, but he'll be well down the grid. So it's 88 and IRL battling again up front. McGovern having recovered to third place. So as we said, not the perfect first lap for him. Started on the front row. We know young McGovern has plenty of pace, so let's see if he can close in on these two out front. Here they come back towards us now for the first time. 88 just leading IRL, then McGovern in third place. That's great battles all the way down the grid. 88 still leading, IRL right with him now, so Aaron O'Rourke out in front, but IRL Hegarty piling on the pressure, and I think McGovern closing. Indeed he is. He's almost back up with them. We could have a three-way battle at the front of this one. Coming out onto the main straight. Now we're on board with Hegarty. Great shot from Aaron O'Rourke right in front. Little bump there, perhaps giving him a little bit of help to get away from McGovern. The cadets do this. We spoke about it before on the programme. If they work together as a team, bump drafting, they can get a slipstream and push the cart ahead. They've got good bumpers, doesn't really affect them, but it does make them go quicker, and they can get away from the packer. They can catch somebody in front if they time it right. So 88, IRL and 8 now, and these three well clear of anybody else. McGovern looking potentially the quickest of these three at this stage. He's closed that gap right down inside a lap. Already closing in some back markers. Blue flags being waved from the marshal's post there. On board again with Hegarty. 88 beginning to get away. Just a little bit bad place to catch a back marker though. That's Max Hart. Compromised a little bit our leader. Will we get a run? And we don't. It looks like everybody had to lift off because we're turning into the right. Oh, not everybody. McGovern down the inside. Good stuff from him. Capitalised beautifully on that one. Obviously didn't lift. Got a run at the two boys as they had to get round that back marker. That's 256 Aaron Whelan. Good midfield battle there. 29 Luca Allen right with him, and 22 the novice there Killian Brady doing well to run right with these two guys. So Luca Allen looking to have a go here through the left-hander. Down the inside. Is he going to make it? Not quite. Oh, goes in a little bit too quick. Back of the cart goes around. So back to the leaders now, and IRL back to third place. So 88 O'Rourke getting away. McGovern in second place, defending heavily, but under pressure now from IRL. And they'll have to do something if they're going to stop the leader getting away. Two very different lines through the left-hander, but same result. We're right with number 8 McGovern now as we head through the long left-hand corner, getting a little bit of a run. And will he choose to bump draft him, or will he have a go down the inside? Nothing on this occasion. We're still right with him. Great, these onboard camera shots as we go up that slide in lane through the right-hander out onto the curb, but gets a better run. Should be able to get down the inside here. Indeed he does. IRL now up to second place, Adrian Hegarty, but it's a big gap for O'Rourke out in front. So O'Rourke looking comfortable at this stage, plenty of pace, got away early, got the head down. Oh, McGovern fires it back down the inside, and this fighting will slow them down. We've seen this before. If two carts begin to have a go at each other, defend or attack like that, that'll slow their lap times down, and that will let the leader get away. On board again with Hegarty, perhaps giving a little bit of help to McGovern in a straight line. That's probably the only way they're going to catch the leader at this stage, because 88 Aaron O'Rourke now getting away. Oh, he's got a back marker. He's been slowed by a back marker, having to go around the outside. McGovern gets alongside, almost touches wheels. 88 just hangs on. We're down the inside now. McGovern's still in second place, but now it's a three-way battle for the lead. 88, 8 and IRL. So 8 on the attack. McGovern having a go everywhere, and IRL right with them now. Hegarty in third place. We're coming to the closing stages of this one, and it's anybody's race. This is a great cadet final. Down the inside, a little bit of contact with McGovern. He's sent wide. Hegarty now, IRL up to second place. 88 O'Rourke still leading this one. So some hand signals there. Not sure if that was a little wave of apology or telling him to let's have a go at this guy. Almost alongside. A good run through the right-hander for IRL. Hegarty now, and absolutely with O'Rourke, and throws it down the inside. Great move up over that inside curve. Doesn't throw a chain like we've seen happen before, and that was a super move with just 2 corners to go. I don't think anyone can retaliate. Looks like Hegarty's going to take it. Indeed he does. Hegarty takes it from O'Rourke. McGovern throws the head back there in 3rd place. Denning next up, a great recovery drive, and then Brown squeezing Zach Gibson as they went across the line. That'll be a close finish. Hegarty takes it from O'Rourke, McGovern, Dara Denning, Jonathan Brown and Zach Gibson.
Adrian, very well done there today. That was a great race. Can you talk me through it?
Very tight race. I just sat on Aaron most of the way, so I did. Then I discovered Harry was there waiting the whole time. And then me and Harry passed, and then Aaron got caught up with a back marker. We caught him up again and passed him.
So we join the first cadet final as the action kicks off in the closing stages. O'Rourke leading now with Denning in second, Brown and NW Gibson right there as well. So O'Rourke leading, but Denning closing in now in the closing stages. Crossing the line together. Great battle for second place, but they are beginning to reel the leader in now. So Aaron O'Rourke beginning to look over his shoulder just a little bit. And look at this, Denning closes in through the right-hander. Now it's a pack, 1, 2, 3, 4, going for the lead in the first cadet final. Denning looking over his shoulder. He can look around all he wants. They're still there. 1, 2, 3 and 4 together. 27. That is Jonathan Brown in 3rd place. But Denning really looking for a go now for Aaron O'Rourke in the lead. O'Rourke still leading this one, but under big pressure now from Dara Denning. Denning fires it down the inside, takes the lead momentarily, but O'Rourke comes back at him. They're side by side. Denning just holding on. O'Rourke back up the inside again. 27 Brown not getting involved in this one just yet. They're side by side in this one. Great battle at the front now. And look at this, side by side for second place. 3 of them. Gibson's got a run. 27 Brown on the inside. Denning, is he going to get boxed out? No, just gets back in there and hangs on in second place. This really is anyone's race now. But out in front, it's still O'Rourke. Denning right there looking very threatening in second place. And under pressure now, a little bit of contact perhaps from 27. Jonathan Brown in 3rd place. We're inside the final lap now. I wonder can O'Rourke hang on in this one, because Denning all over the inside curve, looking very threatening, trying to get down the inside. Does he do it? Not quite. A little bit of contact. Surely that'll slow them. It does, and 27 gets by. Great stuff there from Jonathan Brown. Sat back, didn't get involved in that one, and when the 2 boys made contact, he said, I'll have that, thank you very much. He now leads inside the final lap, and it's a good lead. And Denning having another go down the inside. Surely he gets second place there. He does. Good move by Denning. 2 laps in a row down the inside. This time he hangs on to it though. Closing stages, I think that's possibly McGovern. Somebody else joining that group now. But 27 showing them a clean pair of heels, and that was a mature move by young Jonathan Brown in this one. Heading down the back straight, no need to look over his shoulder. Denning goes defensive down the inside. Is that going to cost him time? No doubt about the winner. 27 Jonathan Brown gets it, but who's going to be second? O'Rourke just pips Denning on the line there. Zach Gibson next up. Great stuff. So it's Brown, O'Rourke, Denning, Zach Gibson, Harry McGovern and Killian Brady.
Jonathan, congratulations, your first win of the season. How do you feel?
I feel really good. It was a really good race between me, Aaron, Dara and Zach. I mean, we all came down the straight at the same time, and I thought I was going to get out, but at the last lap I just pushed by as hard as I could and just got ahead.
Cadet final 2 now. Great grid of cadets coming down to the start line, and of course it's 27 on pole because he won the first race. Jonathan Brown, he just hangs on to the lead, but Denning charges through from the second row of the grid and already looking very racy now, right in over that curb. Would probably feel he was denied the win in the first heat. He was battling for the lead. A little bit of contact drove both of them wide, and 27 Jonathan Brown, as you saw, just drove by. But Brown making the best of his pole position now and leading the pack, and already the first 4 beginning to make a break as in race 1. So Denning it is in second place. Looks like Aaron O'Rourke then in 3rd place, and NW Zach Gibson there in 4th. Harry McGovern, that is in 5th place. I wonder can he close the gap. He's usually right at the front, but he'll need to close it quickly because these 4 can pull away as we saw in race 1. Good grid of cadets coming through, some novices right at the back there, but here come the leaders out onto the back straight for the first time. Absolute train of 4 carts now. The leader 27 Brown putting his head down, but a big challenge down the inside from Denning. Does he get down the inside? Oh, so close to making contact, but not quite there, and that slows him just slightly. Lets the leader away, and now he's under attack from Aaron O'Rourke, but gets a good run through the right-hander and already closing in. Loves using these curbs, Denning. Closes right in on the leader again, and already he's with him. So Denning looking like he's got a lot of pace in this one. All over the back at 27. Here's Gibson now looking for a run down the inside of O'Rourke. Gets down the inside. Nice move from Gibson. That drives O'Rourke a little bit wide and allows McGovern to close up onto the group. But back to the front, it's 27 and 5. Still going at it. Jonathan Brown under huge pressure. Denning uses a low to curb and gets down the inside. That's the move we saw him use in race 1. He really is very late on the brakes down into that left-hander, but didn't compromise himself on the exit and now has the lead. And as we said, we suspected he's got plenty of pace. Let's see if he can get away. Very hard to pull away, of course, in Cadets. They're so equally matched, but he has begun to inch away. And now NW, Northwest, Zach Gibson trying for second place. Can he get down the inside? Right over the curb. Almost gets it, but not quite. That allows 88 to have a go back at him. Aaron O'Rourke. Great battle for these young drivers. Superb training ground for these guys, 8 to 12 years old. And now all over the curbs there is 27 Jonathan Brown. Won't be able to hang on to Denning. I think he's more interested in defending that second place, and Denning getting the head down, banging in some really quick laps and beginning to pull away. So 1, 2, 3, 4 karts now battling for this second place, because young Harry McGovern now has closed in on that battle. And now, as we said, a 4-kart battle. So 27 Jonathan Brown hanging on up front, but big pressure from 88. Aaron O'Rourke right with him. NW Gibson, we've seen some good moves from him. He'll be looking to do something similar. Good wide run through here. He might be quicker on the exit. They all take plenty of curb on the inside of that one. But it looks like the battle's going to be for second initially. 27 under big pressure now from 88 O'Rourke. O'Rourke with a good run off that back corner. Looks over his shoulder. Nobody behind him. Oh yes, there is. Here comes Gibson as well. 3 abreast almost. 88 takes it. Gibson just misses out on taking the third place from 27 there. So Jonathan Brown lucky not to get bounced back 2 places. And Gibson slowed slightly by that. That allows those 2 to get away. But look at Denning. Doesn't have to defend, of course, once you get out in front. You can take full wide racing lines, and that gets you your best lap times. That's exactly what number 5 Denning is doing now, and he's increasing his lead every lap. So the race in this one really is for second place. 27 Jonathan Brown trying to get that back. He was the early leader. He won the first heat, remember, but 88 O'Rourke with a super move has got by him into second place. And now it's Gibson. It is down the inside of the brakes. Can he get it? He does. That's a good move. Surely 27 will fight back. He does immediately back down the inside, but Gibson at him again. 3 changes in 2 corners. Fantastic stuff. McGovern right with them as well. So this is the battle we're watching now. It's Gibson just hanging on for that place. 27 with him, and O'Rourke, or that's McGovern looking for the toe there in 4th place. Gibson down the inside, a little bit of contact. Off goes 88 Aaron O'Rourke. Such a shame. And hands in the air. He'll be so disappointed with that one. Possibly can rejoin. They have clutches, these karts, but he won't be in the running for this one. This is now the battle for second. 27 McGovern next up there, and trying to get a really wide run on the last lap is Gibson, and he's used that before. He gets a great run off that corner. He's down the inside of McGovern, should be able to sit it out. A little bit of contact. McGovern sent wide there, and that allows NW Gibson up to 3rd place, and he's on a last lap charge now, trying to take it away from 27 Brown. Don't forget Denning out in front. We're not forgetting about him. Miles out in front. A dominant performance by him. But this is the battle for second place. 27 trying to hang on. McGovern fires it down the inside, gets the place. Gibson jumping in the car to try and get a little bit of acceleration, but McGovern closing him off. They're side by side now on the back straight. And McGovern again, big armful of opposite lock. He's a very spectacular driver, but nobody touching young Denning now, and he takes a strong win in this one. 88 just recovering as he went by there. 27 takes second place, so fantastic scraps in the little cadet karts. Wonderful to see. Dara Denning takes the win from Brown, Gibson, McGovern, Brady and Sean McMahon in 6th.
Dara, congratulations. That was a great win. Can you talk me through it?
Well, I basically led from start to finish. I started 3rd, got off to a good start, was up to 2nd, then battling with Jonathan Brown, but I managed to pass him, then maintained the gap, and then just went my way in the end. I'm very happy.
So the first cadet final, youngest drivers on the programme. Here they go, heading down towards turn 1 now, and Dara Denning it is from pole position, fighting off a challenge from 27 Jonathan Brown. Jonathan Brown with a tighter line on the exit of that first corner, gets him alongside. If he can make that stick on the brakes, he might be able to get the lead from Denning. Indeed he does. Good move down the inside, in fact leaves Denning out there, but they're both open to attack. Denning driven out onto the grass. 88 takes the lead. That's O'Rourke, I think. Indeed it is. Aaron O'Rourke, great move from him. Just drove by the 2 boys while they were battling. Quick look over the shoulder. Everything seems okay, and he leads them down to the left-right complex towards the end of the lap here at Watergrass Hill. So Denning now back up to 2nd place. And good battles going on back down the field there. We can see Harry McGovern in the middle of a battle. Denning just pulling out superior straight line speed, or a better run onto the straight, because down the inside and takes it back there. C-plate, he's won that C-plate this year. Of course you can win a C or an IRL plate if you win one meeting outright, and now it's a 4-5 kart battle, and young McGovern has tacked his way onto the back, and he's made up 2 places just as I mentioned his name. Good stuff from him. So he's up to 3rd place now, but Denning it is leading this one again as they come back out. He's done well in the heats. He started on pole position. That's how karting works. and he's back leading again. We're on board with 88, Aaron O'Rourke, who's giving him a good run, staying right with him. A little bit of a different line coming out of the hairpin, but similar results as they come out onto the main straight. Not getting a run this time. McGovern in third place, very much on a charge, young Harry McGovern, and he's right with the leading duo now as they go through it, as they go through the long right hand corner onto the back straight. And 88 just giving Denning a little bit of help. You see this a lot in cadet karts, and we've spoken to these young drivers about it. They call it bump drafting. Instead of pulling out and overtaking, if it's your teammate or if you want to help somebody get away, McGovern fires it down the inside though. Good move by McGovern down the inside of O'Rourke, and just holds onto it. Now he's up to second place, and Denning, his teammate, on his shopping list. And let's see if they work together, or will McGovern go on the attack. He's passed about 5 karts inside a lap and a half here. Great stuff from young Harry McGovern. Right with Denning now as they come out onto the straight, looking over his shoulder. Aaron O'Rourke still right behind him. Great onboard shots here as they head down the main straight and into the long right hand corner. Completely flat out in these little cadet carts. They don't lift or brake at all going through that corner. Denning leaning forward, trying to get away, but McGovern's still right with him. 88 and 27 in there too. That's Aaron O'Rourke and Jonathan Brown. They're side by side now, and if they begin to fight, they let the leaders away. I think that's what's going to happen, because 27 very late in the brakes there, Jonathan Brown. That's going to cost them both a little bit of time. In fact, they're side by side now, and you can see the leaders beginning to get away. 27 has it, or does he? No, not quite. O'Rourke back down the inside on the brakes. We're on board with him, and he's up to second place. Catching up on some back markers now. That's young Patrick Dempsey. He's had some steering damage earlier on, but he's still going. They're beginning to push each other. This is what we spoke about. Teammates now. McGovern beginning to push Denning just to get him away from these crowd behind. He's doing it again there, right under the back bumper. It gets away from him when they come down onto the brakes. 2 very different lines, and in fact McGovern gets alongside but allows Denning back ahead. Maybe some team orders going on here, you'd never know. Certainly he hasn't had an attempt to pass just yet. Looking quicker at this stage though. McGovern still right with him through the left-hander, through the hairpin again. We're on board with Aaron O'Rourke, and you can see what's happened. There's that scrap again, because 27 Jonathan Brown with a great move back by him again, but that's just slowed them right down. Denning puts the fist in the air and takes the win. McGovern in second place and Jonathan Brown in third. Aaron O'Rourke takes fourth, Zach Gibson in fifth, and Luca Allen in sixth.
Dara, congratulations, another great win. Can you talk us through it today?
Well, I didn't get off to the best start. I was back to third, battling with Jonathan Brown and Harry, and then I went up there inside, but it was an alright move, not the best one. But then me and Harry were working together, and then we managed to just get first and second, so it was a good result for the team as well.
Cadet final number 2, Denning again on pole position. Sky's a little bit darker, and indeed a few spots of rain now as the leaders head down towards the first corner. McGovern round the outside. They've both gone a little bit wide there, and in fact everybody having a go. That's 29 Luca Allen, great first corner from him. Almost gets second place from Denning, but gets a little bit of help possibly from McGovern, sent wide and is swallowed again by the pack. So they're all really having a go as they come towards us now. But 88 it is leading this one. That's Aaron O'Rourke. And Denning in there too. All these guys really battling hard. Denning was on pole, first corner went wrong, but already he's back on the tail of 88 and looking for the lead back. So Denning's certainly the man with the pace here today at Watergrass Hill. McGovern it is in third place. Track's going to be a little bit greasy now with this rain, we can see, and Denning head bent forward, trying really hard. Doesn't have a go on that occasion, but stays right with him. And again, they're being driven wide. You can see the carts drifting in these greasy conditions. Denning thinking about having a look. In fact, a little bit half-hearted there down the inside late. And contact as a result. Gets alongside, but I wonder will he be able to close the door as they come towards us. I'm not so sure. Denning on the outside has to concede that one, and now has McGovern again right with him. But he's got up the inside again. This is good fighting stuff from young Denning. They're side by side, 88 and C now as they go down towards it, but O'Rourke just hangs onto it. But these antics, of course, allowing the pack behind to close up. So Denning it is just slipping by there again as we see. C-plate on that cart. He's back in front again. Getting very, very rainy now, and the carts will begin to move around, as you can see. They're all beginning to twitch around in a big drift as they come out of the corner onto that long back straight down towards the hairpin again. Denning at the front. Then it's 88. Oh, McGovern there just straight into the side pod of 88 Aaron O'Rourke, and that sends everybody flying. Sends Denning off as well, and Denning's gone wide, and now he's back to first, second, third, fourth place fifth in fact, and now McGovern gets shoveled. All getting a little bit hectic in Cadets now, and I think the rain certainly not have. Look at Denning having a go up over the curb, grass and everything, but backs out of it using his head and makes up 2 places on the way out as a result. That's good driving from Dara Denning. He's in 3rd place now as they head out of the main straight. We're jumping forward another few laps, and Denning's back another place. Zach Gibson, that was NW, who got ahead of him, but Denning flicking it across the back, getting alongside it, should have the inside line, just about squeezes ahead and up to 3rd place. With the leaders have disappeared down the road, it's damage limitation at this stage for Denning to fight off Zach Gibson. Gibson having another go at him as they head down into the hairpin, but there's the 2 leaders well out in front. 27 Jonathan Brown and 88 Aaron O'Rourke. Brown gone wide, big sideways drift, hangs onto it well, big armful of opposite locking out onto the curb. No fear from that young man. He's just got a few corners to go, and here they come. Treacherous conditions now on slick racing tyres, a lot of water on the track. That's young Patrick Dempsey, novice, going well there. He'll be doing well to get to the finish in these conditions. Here they come now through the kink for the last time. 27 takes the win, delighted with that fist in the air. Aaron O'Rourke in 2nd place, and recovering to 3rd place, the man that gave us all the entertainment, Dara Denning. Then it's Gibson, McGovern and Aaron Whelan in 6th.
Jonathan, congratulations. Can you talk us through that race?
It was a good race at the start. I was a bit back. I wasn't at my starting position, and just got through the inside up into 4th, and then it started raining. And I know from the practice session how everything went on slicks on the way, and I just well done to Aaron as well.
So Cadets now the youngest drivers racing this weekend, getting away, and the slow start there. Somebody on the 2nd row of the grid falling way back, possibly 88 Aaron O'Rourke, I think, but that's IRL out in front now. Adrian Hegarty, perfect first corner for him, and he gets away. 27 next up, and then the grid all mixed up. Looks like possibly Harry McGovern or maybe Denning. I think it's McGovern up in 3rd place. But the first 2 now with the heads down trying to get away. So a little bit of a messy first corner. In fact, we've got 2 carts off there in the background. But it's IRL and 27 getting away. We're on board now with C. Dara Denning, another front runner in Cadets. That's 0 Harry McGovern in front of him. And we're closing in just a little bit. McGovern now in 3rd place, Denning in 4th. Good run off that last corner, gets down the inside, and the next one's a right-hander. If he can just stay where he is, he may be able to take that 3rd place. Very greasy the track, he does take it. Good move by Denning to get by McGovern into 3rd place, and need to get up there quick before the first 2 get away. And McGovern getting shuffled out a little bit. 88 Aaron O'Rourke gets by him and immediately has a go at Denning down the inside, but Denning fights back and retakes 3rd place on the exit, or does he, because it's very close. Denning looking over his shoulder now, 88 right with him. The 2 leaders beginning to pull away after just 1 lap. So IRL leading, that's Adrian Hegarty, and 27 Jonathan Brown right with him in 2nd place. Great stuff from these young cadet carters. Through the kink now, completely flat out of these carts, even in this weather. It's a little bit greasy. We did have a shower of rain. You can see some pools of water around, and there's the marshals doing a good job just getting some of those guys running again who were involved in that first corner accident. So here come the leaders now. IRL still leading 27, very close between these 2. They do seem like they're a little bit quicker than the rest at this stage of the race, beginning to get away. You can see 27, Jonathan Brown getting the head down, and in fact perhaps giving a little bit of help to the leader. They do this in Cadets, you will have seen it on the programme before, bump drafting, and in fact the leader going a little bit wide, just getting the cart upset, and that's going to cost him possibly the lead. Indeed it does. Has to tuck back in behind our new leader, number 27. Good move there from Jonathan Brown. Skipping forward, but they're still at it, and Jonathan Brown now getting a little bit of help in a straight line from IRL. And they're still getting away. Dara Denning now just losing a place there to 88, very late on the brakes. Aaron O'Rourke, good move. If you go offline, there's what we spoke about, a little gentle push. It's square on at the back, and what it does is they tend to work together to try and get away rather than attack each other. They're real thinking young drivers, both having a look over the shoulder, but they're very equally matched, these 2. So it's 27 leading now from IRL still. So Brown just ahead of Hegarty. Look at these young guys using all the track on the way out of the corners, really trying to get maximum speed and carry all the momentum they can. Jumping forward again, but it's still the same. It's like an 8-wheeled machine coming down towards, big drift from both of them. And 27 a little bit wide, indeed he is. IRL pounces and takes the lead back, puts his hand in the air there. That in fact is where he lost the lead earlier on. He's taking it back now. IRL leading once again. Adrian Hegarty was the early leader, remember. Lost that lead to 27. Jonathan Brown looks over his shoulder and clenches his fist. He's delighted with that one. He's managed to get a little bit of a gap immediately, so good running from him. I think with these conditions, if you get driven wide on a corner or somebody gets down the inside, you're going to be really slow on the way out of that corner. So we're heading towards the finish line now, and the leader's made a break. We've jumped forward a few laps, but look at this battle. 88 in 2nd place now. It's got ahead of 27, but Jonathan Brown fighting back. So Aaron O'Rourke, nothing he can do. It looks like 27's down the inside. Indeed he is. Can he hang on to this one now on the run to the checkered flag? Here comes our leader. He's clear through the last corner. It's been a great performance from IRL. And he punches the air as he takes the checkered flag. Great performance from him, easing away towards the end. Look at the battle for second place though. 27 trying to hang on. Indeed just about does, but side by side with him. Great race from Aaron O'Rourke. So Hegarty takes it from Brown, Aaron O'Rourke, Dara Denning, Harry McGovern and Killian Brady.
Adrian, very well done. Talk us through the race.
It was a good race. Started off, got a really good start in the first corner, and then Jonathan was behind me, and the rain came down and I went on and Jonathan dropped back a bit, so did, and I was out on my own.
And so are you confident now going into the next race that you can do it again?
Well, I was able to do it there and it's fast enough, so hopefully, yeah.
Well, the second cadet final, IRL starts on pole again. Remember, he was dominant in the first one, certainly towards the end, pulling away, and there's nobody making mistakes. They've been spoken to since the first race. They're all a big bunch now, heading down towards turn one. Denning tries a wide line around the outside. Somebody spinning off there. Looks like so that was Killian Brady off, but look at this IRL again. Streaking away in the early stages. Really does get the head down early on co-tires. On board now with Harry McGovern. That's Denning in front of him. Look how much the little carts are moving around and gets a big tank slapper driven wide, and that's how competitive it is. 27 and 88 straight by him, Jonathan Brown and O'Rourke. So he's going to have to fight back, and look at them all scrapping for second, but nobody bothering the leader now. IRL, Adrian Hegarty already getting away, and they're all defending and attacking. Great stuff from these guys. It looks like 88 has a look at Dara Denning. We can see from the onboard the cart moving around. They only have brakes on the back axle, and they tend to. The back of the cart moves around when you brake really hard, and of course it's still a little bit greasy, so that's what's happening out there. It's not bothering IRL. Adrian Hegarty, he's already beginning to get away in this one, but he knows how quick some of the guys are behind, so he'll have to keep the head down. But good battle for second. Jumping forward now, we're on board with 0, Harry McGovern, and that's Dara Denning again, and 27 just in front of him, Jonathan Brown. Great battle here in the onboard camera right in the middle of it there. So McGovern trying to displace Denning, and that is a battle for second, third, fourth and fifth. We're on board again, and McGovern trying to take a tighter line. Maybe that'll work, doesn't quite on that occasion. He's just hanging on to the back of C. Denning now closing in slightly. This is where he got a run at him in race 1. Doesn't quite do it. He's very, very close. The last 2 carts at the top of your picture. In fact, the 4 carts still together. That's 52 there. That's Adam McCabe just pulling in to retire novice driver. Look at this though. Denning gets a tow, and not only does he defend his position, he takes second place. McGovern goes with him, and 27 Jonathan Brown will be wondering what happened there. Now Denning having a go at 88. Good move down the inside of 88, but goes wide on the exit, and 88 Aaron O'Rourke takes it back. So Denning really in a feisty mood there, having a right go, but 27 now back down the inside. They're all having a go, and this will be letting the leader get away, but it's a great scrap now. 27C and 0 Harry McGovern gets alongside Denning. We're on board with him. Denning's on the left. Denning looking over at him and moving across, in fact, to cover that line, but nothing McGovern can do about it just yet. So very, very equally matched. Jumping forward again, and that's 41 and NW Zach Gibson. Zach Gibson, formerly a front runner, usually in this class, not going quite so well today. He's not right at the front, but a good scrap between those two. 41 Sean McMahon just getting by him. Good move on the brakes down into that hairpin right. Gibson fighting back now, but not able to do anything about it. Both tucking the heads down. You can see these young carters jumping in the machines to try and urge them on coming out of the corner. Inside the final lap now, they're beginning to reel in the leader because IRL not as far ahead as he was. 88 just hanging on in second place, 27 right with him. We're on board again with Harry McGovern, and he's been staring at that seat plate for most of this race. Nothing he can do about Denning, and they're both right out over the curbs, trying really, really hard. And the leader definitely dropping back into the clutches of the rest, but it's too little too late. It's going to be a double. IRL takes a great run for him again, and he gets 2 wins at the same meeting. So Hegarty takes it, Aaron O'Rourke in second, and Jonathan Brown third. And the championship results in the cadets. First, Aaron O'Rourke, he's the champion. Second, Dara Denning, and third, Jonathan Brown.
Aaron, congratulations. You are the championship winner this year. How do you feel?
Amazing. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
And you've had a fantastic season. Is there anybody that you'd like to say thank you to?
My sponsors, Watergrass, Shane McManus Tyres, my dad, my mum, all my family, all my supporters.